You're up next. Would you like to participate? What I'll do is I'll pick a word out of my can of words, and you can either define it, tell us what it means to you, um, or just talk about it in some way.
Sure.
All right, cool. All right, gotta get a good one here. All right, your word is love.
Okay. Well, of course, I'm going to the etymology because I love that. Just looking here. So it says that love is from the Middle English "lufu," um, which seems to tautologically mean care, desire, which I think we mostly think of love as being. Yeah, I mean, this is just a foundational human emotion. Not everyone gets to feel it. We often take it for granted as something that is universal, but there are some poor souls that never get that. So it's kind of a privilege, and it's also kind of the best feeling when you get to feel that connection and feel as though that it has some sort of enduring meaning and and you know some warmth, often physical affection associated with it. Um, yeah, it's just so core to um, I think thriving as a living being. Um, perhaps it's possible to have a meaningful life without it, but I struggle to consider what that might look like.
Sorry, I cut out for a second. How did you define the word love?
I never defined it, just kind of riffed about it. And I shared the etymology, which was from the Middle English lufu, um, which, according to Wiktionary, it just means care, desire. So that wasn't really insightful. Strong affection.
Cool. So, if somebody were to ask you in an elevator what you meant by love, what would you say?
I would just probably repeat back my riffing about it a moment ago. I guess like it's just a foundational human emotion that involves some enduring sense of connection and affection. Probably, yeah, something like that.
That'd be a creepy thing to be asked on an elevator. What do you think love is to you?
I would definitely make
For sure.
out with them.
Yeah, I think it's something that probably a lot of people have contemplated at certain points in their life. And I remember having an in-depth conversation with my father, um, probably years ago when I was in my 20s, and I just remember his definition, which kind of with me, and it's the best definition I've heard. And that was, he said, it's when you um, care more about somebody else's needs and comfort than you do your own. And I found that to be true, at least for myself. So that's how I describe it.
I
It's
think
a crappy word. It's a hard word because it has so many different meanings. And in English, it means so many things. Like the word play, for example, that has a bunch of meanings too. And it's such that the ancient Greeks had what, I think 4 or 5 in the Bible and 7 terms now in modern Greek for love. And it's unfortunate we don't have that because it becomes a hard word to define when it has so many different meanings for us.
That is true. Yeah.
And that's why it's in my can of words.
Every time you say that, it sounds like you're saying can of worms.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
I was just thinking of the term love before that. I think it has to mention and add that it's essentially, this is very banal, that but it's one of those words which are essentially relative. In that sense, I think there's something self-transcendent to the word love. It's always something that goes beyond yourself, and in that sense, it's always bigger than the person acting love, you can say. And in that way, I find it constitutional for all human interactions and the way we are in the world, and a necessary foundation to understand some elements of it, which is like this well, meaning well as a part of love, wishing well, wishing happiness, wishing everything good. I think you have to mention this like unique positive load to the word love.